also I'd seen Abdul Telgi in the famous incident in the bar, dance bar. Okay, I used to go there.
I actually stopped looking in the mirror because I stopped looking in the mirror because I was not able to recognize me.
Like he said, he didn't look in the mirror. He started feeling. I think he started feeling Abdul Telgi in him. Okay, it's like a ghost that came in. First, I think all of us learned that Hansal Mehta baap hai wo treated.
Oh,
That is what we learned.
Radio Nasha. Hi Pari, who man, you're watching us on Radio Nasha. Here to talk about a show जिसके लिए मैं बहुत ज़्यादा excited हूँ, and I'm sure the audience, the country is equally excited. Welcome to Radio Nasha, Gagan and Tushar. This is about a scam that shook the nation. So I want to start by asking you कि इस scam के बारे में आप लोगों को कैसे पता चला था and when?
So actually, I used to stay in a place called Mascon. So this happened around there only. ये जो scam हुआ था, तो it was around there. So when I was around 18, 19, I knew about this, and also I'd seen Abdul Telgi in the famous incident in the bar, dance bar. Okay, I used to go there, so I had seen him there. So that is what actually clicked for me. Ansar sir, when I told him this, he got even more excited that he gave me to direct the show. So he said, "Arey, very good. This is what I don't know. This is the part you know well. So good, you're the director." So it is because I knew about this scam. It was very close to where I stayed. The incidents were happening close to my house, so I knew what this was happening, and that's how it was for me. It was like living my childhood memories, and I'm the biggest fan of Scam 1. So when it actually happened, and then how I got this is crazy. It was just destiny for me or karma. There's another story which I'll tell you later how I got scammed. But yeah, this is great for me.
Wow. Gagan, what about you?
I think मैं भी उस वक्त कॉलेज के टाइम पे था, हालांकि मैं बार नहीं जाता था तभी।
मैं थोड़ा बदतमीज
बार नहीं जाता था।
मैं बार नहीं जाता था। मैं बहुत ही सीधा साधा बच्चा था। तो मैंने जो भी इसके बारे में पढ़ा वो सिर्फ पेपर्स के थ्रू ही पढ़ा। मैंने ये जरूर स्टोरी पढ़ी थी कि किसी ने एक बार में जाके इतने पैसे उड़ाए और फिर बाद में वो केस चला या स्टैम्प पेपर घोटाला। बट मैं ज्यादा ना पॉलिटिक्स के बारे में कभी भी इंटरेस्टेड नहीं था या कभी भी इन चीजों के बारे में मैं न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ने वाला भी नहीं हूँ ज्यादा। तो मैं कॉमिक्स पढ़ता था बचपन में बहुत ज्यादा और अपनी फैंटेसी वर्ल्ड में रहता था। तो बहुत ही कम मुझे इस बारे में पता था। not much information I had about it, and until I started doing, I was part of scam.
Actually another thing था, actually आप जब बोल रहे हो ना, तो उस टाइम पे like he said, हमको पता नहीं होता था कि कितना, हमको पता चलता था कि स्कैम हो रहा है कितने करोड़ का। पर इस टाइम पे जब स्कैम हुआ था, हर्षद मेहता का जब स्कैम हुआ था 1993 में, तो काफी लोगों को पता था कि हर्षद मेहता। जब ये स्कैम हुआ था ना, सब बोल रहे थे हर्षद मेहता का भी बाप है, मतलब ये इट्स अ बिगर स्कैम देन हर्षद मेहता। तो दैट वाज द शॉकिंग व्हेन टुडे नाउ आफ्टर डूइंग द शो वी रियलाइज इट्स 30,000 crores व्हाइल हर्षद मेहता वाज 5,000
and 30,000 plus crores then. तो आज की उसकी वैल्यूएशन मुझे नहीं पता कितनी होगी,
मतलब सोच भी नहीं सकते हैं कैलकुलेशन।
या बट ऐसे रोल के लिए आप प्रेप कैसे करते हो? Was there a lot of mirroring that you had to do?
I actually stopped looking in the mirror because I stopped looking in the mirror because I was not able to recognize me, and I went through a lot of mental thing कि मैं बाहर जाना छोड़ दिया था मैंने, क्योंकि मैंने इतना वेट गेन किया था and I was not used to that much of weight, और सर ने कहा और गेन कर।
How many kilos did you gain?
Around 18 to 20 kgs.
Oh my God.
So actually he's right. When I first time met him, I met him at Hansal sir's house. Hansal sir ने बोला कि you should meet Gagan. So we met at Gagan's at Hansal sir's house. When I saw him, I think he was half his size. He was so thin, and I know how Telgi looks, right? At least I knew how he looked. And when I saw him, मैं तो डर गया. I said, यार, and we were supposed to start in November the shoot. When I saw him, I said, yeah, this guy is playing Telgi, and it's just that he doesn't look the way it is. But Ansar sir said that he's a damn good actor, which he's a genius. I may tell you, he's too good. But because I had this in my mind that I had done a film, which because the film was done well, but everyone said that look match nahi hota according to the old ladies, Bhumi and Tapsi. So that was in my mind that this time I can't go wrong. I need to make him look somewhat like that. But like he said, he didn't look in the mirror. He started feeling, I think he started feeling Abdul Telgi in him. Okay, it's like a ghost that came in. You won't believe this. And if you look at his pictures, what he was, and we took our trainer, which was a fit crew, right?
Yes,
Pratik. I knew him. I told him that you make people lose weight, I want you to make someone put on weight. And he joined him, and I think I kept on telling him rice kha, beer pee. I kept on eating his head, and usne kuch 20 kilo he drained. And then we did a photo shoot with him. and that was the first look of photo shoot we did with him. When I sent the picture to Hansal sir and Sameer sir from Applause, everyone saw it. He was just and when you looked at him without the camera, he looked like Gagan. But when the camera captured him, he was just Abdul Telgi. The mannerism, the face, it was freaky. Everyone was freaked out. It was like Sameer sir, everyone went mad that we got a Telgi. And that's all him. That took 3 months for him to prepare, put on weight. And it's not easy, the amount of weight he put on. It was frustrating for him. He could not walk at one point. He was breathing heavy, but he did that all on himself.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at him, he looks like Telgi completely. So
because he got all the mannerism, everything from the fingers to the nose to pulling his pant, everything he got on.
But is it easier to put on weight as compared to losing weight? Because you khate raho. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, like, it depends, but it was difficult for me because I'm not a foodie.
अच्छा.
या मुझे कभी ऐसी क्रेविंग नहीं होती कि चलो आज गोलगप्पे खाते हैं, चलो आज यहाँ जाके बड़े मियाँ के यहाँ चलते हैं या वहाँ जाके खाते हैं. तो मेरे लिए बहुत मुश्किल था to eat 5 meals a day because normally I eat like 1 or 2 meals. एंड मेरा वो एक सिस्टम इंटरमिटेंट फास्टिंग का रहता है. मुझे एक मील में भर के खाता हूँ और पूरा दिन मुझे वो एनर्जी देता है. बट यहाँ मुझे 5 बार खाना था, विच वॉज वेरी डिफिकल्ट.
बहुत खाना था.
वेरी डिफिकल्ट फॉर मी. और इसलिए मतलब मैं तो ऐसा था कि यार बस कभी एक शूट खत्म होगा और मैं खाना खाना बंद करूं, क्योंकि शूट के दौरान भी आपको मेंटेन करना पड़ता है वो. इट वाज नॉट ओनली गेनिंग ऑफ द वेट बट टू द एंटायर 1 year of shooting I had to maintain that weight, you know. So that was quite difficult.
You have to make sure in the night he eats a lot.
Oh my God, what an unusual problem to have now. I have to make sure that I don't lose weight.
Yeah.
But can you talk about 2-3 mannerisms जो आपने पिक किए जो बहुत ज्यादा जो थोड़े से difficult थे to crack?
Difficult मैं नहीं कहूँगा. See, I saw Abdul's pictures on internet, and there is this one common gesture which was always there when the way he says hi to people. Like this was the whole thing when he just like says hi. You can see that on. And then in 2 or 3 photographs, I saw that his right hand was always clenched.
Oh.
And so I made it a point that whenever he is thinking or making a plan, let's use that gesture.
Wow.
Okay. And वो जो कपड़े जो पैंट ऊपर करने का था वो नेचुरली इसलिए हो गया क्योंकि मैं वेट मैंने गेन किया हुआ था और कभी कभी कुछ पैंट्स लूज होती थी और वो फ्लक्चुएट होता रहता था वेट, तो वो पैंट्स नीचे आती रहती थी शूट के दौरान. तो मैंने उसको ऊपर करने को मैंने बोला इफ दिस इज अ स्टाइल लाइक अ पर्सन हु हैज सो मच वेट, मे बी दिस इज हिज स्टाइल ऑफ लाइक यू नो एवरी टाइम ही जस्ट कीप्स लाइक पुलिंग अप हिज पैंट एंड ऑल दैट. और धीरे धीरे फिर वो सारी चीजें मिक्स होती गई आपस में और मुझे खुद को भी नहीं पता लगा कि कई बार मैं एक हाथ से पैंट ऊपर कर रहा हूँ या मैं 2 हाथ से कर रहा हूँ या मैं बैठ के सोच रहा हूँ. एंड द थर्ड थिंग आई सॉ वाज द वे ही स्माइल्स. He had this little upper pout kind of a thing. Yeah. So I use that to my advantage, that whenever I get angry or embarrassed or whenever I'm like little determined to do something, I'll use that thing. So it all was stitched together slowly, and he guided me through that. अगर मैं कोई एक gesture करता था and for some other scene if he wanted that कि इसमें तू वो वाला कर, इसमें तू वो वाला use कर, so I want you to use that thing. So he always told me कि इसको ऐसा करते, इसको वैसा करते. Then that became. So
initially when we were shooting, we had this cameraman Stanley. So I used to remember when he used to do these gestures. Stanley initially the days he started it out, the first time he used to do so, Stanley used to just look at me and I used to look at him and we used to be like wow. And then we kept on using that because we realized that I never told him. He just learned this and made it. And I actually didn't care if it was, he took it from Abdul, but it just looked so good that he made it his own. Like I said, he just became Abdul. I don't know how. His nose suddenly became like Abdul's nose. Everyone thought that we did prosthetics and they asked me and we did nothing. Absolutely nothing. He just, you can imagine that he's just took the entire Abdul Telgi. Yeah, he internalized so much that he actually started behaving on the set like him only.
Wow.
He used to get angry suddenly, and I understand that he was in that zone that you could not, mess. He used to not talk to many people. He used to just sit on his own, other characters alone. He could not leave the character. He used to just be in his character full time till in the night. He used to pack up and then he used to just walk and go back home and stay there and then get out of it. But amazing.
Yeah. Achha, let me come to this. Tell me a sequel. That you really love. If you had to talk about films from the late 90s, early 2000s, a sequel that you really like.
You have to say Gadar 2 now.
Now you have to say Gadar 2.
I have to say it. You can't say no to that.
Yeah.
For me, it's Godfather 2.
Okay. Yeah.
It's G and G, but Gadar and Godfather. So yeah.
Yeah. Tushar, if I'm not wrong, I think मैंने ये पढ़ा था आपके बारे में कहीं. Did you start out on the sets of the film Man? Yeah? Talk to me about that experience.
So I actually assisted my first film that I assisted was Indra Kumar. Induji was my first director, and I started out as a clapper boy in Man. That's like when one of the assistants don't. It's like those days clapper boy was the worst job, and no one used to take it. People used to like fight and
nahi karna hai.
But I took it because those days you won't imagine that I could not even enter the set. Assistants didn't know what is happening. Today's assistants know everything what is happening because the director said. Those days I didn't even know what is shooting inside. I used to stand out. When they said that there's no clapper boy, I automatically took it because it helped me to get inside the set first of all, and also became closer to the actors. And then that was my first film, and the next film I became the writer of Masti. Straight after that. So straight from a clapper boy, everyone on the set used to call me Tushar, and then I became Tushar sir the next film.
Wow.
So that's the story of industry. Yeah, but yeah, Man was my first.
Wow. अच्छा, जब Scam 1 जब आई थी तब there were so many things that people learned from that, right? Because it's not just storytelling, but it's also creating awareness कि इस तरह का स्कैम हुआ है, and there were a lot of learnings that people took. So आपको क्या लगता है कि इससे what are the learnings that people will take?
First, I think all of us learned that Hansal Mehta बाप है वो टीवी.
Oh,
that is what we learned. That is what I learned for sure. और मेरा भी बाप है in this industry. He is bigger than my dad for me. So it was his genius that Hansal, and even here, without this show again, without Hansal Mehta, this show is not happening.
Yeah.
It is all Mr. Hansal Mehta, from the casting to the editing to everything. He's there in every frame of Scam 2003 also. He's a part of, it is a blessing to have that man. A lot of people are there in this industry, but he's one where he is today because the way he behaves with all of us, the way he blesses us. And how I got this show is amazing. There's a friend of mine called Shad Randhawa, okay, and Hansal sir became Hansal sir after Scam. Like there was no looking back. So Shad was eating my head that yaar, you know Hansal sir, he's taken your name. Can you talk to him to get me? Can you talk to him? क्या मुझे कुछ काम दे? So I said okay, I'll talk to him. I called him up. I said, sir, can you cast Shad? So he said, Shad chhod, because my film was supposed to start with Rajkumar Shri in July. That time he said, I heard your film is postponed because Raj ka dates ka problem hai. So I said, yeah. So he said, ek kaam karo. What are you doing now? I said, nothing. He said, okay, I'll just call you back again. And I have some show for you. Will you do it? And my wife, who's a producer, said, no. We have our own production. You can't do a show outside. And he called me back again. He said, I spoke to Samir sir. Will you do Scam? And I said, what? Scam? And I just shouted out loudly. And my wife said, yes, you have to do it. And that's how I got Scam. I went to help someone else. It helped me.
Wow.
So that's the story how I got Scam.
And how could you say no to this?
While saying this, I had almost tears in my eyes and I'm breathing heavy. But yeah, it's Hansal sir all the way who gave me this gift of my life. And then he made me meet this man. When I saw him and the way he acts is something else. People are going to be just stunned when they see him. He's the soul of the show, and when you see him act, it's beautiful.
So we can't wait for this, and I don't know, आपने trailer के नीचे comments देखे कि नहीं? There are some, I don't know कितने comments हैं, and everybody feels this. It's very rare कि हर एक everybody in the audience feels the same thing for a particular show. So we're all waiting for this, and all the best. I can't wait to watch it.
Thank you.
On screen. Thank you so much for talking to me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Radio Nasha.